Kris Abel joins us, as he does every Monday morning, to pass on, because you know what, we all need an apps buddy. So that's why we've got you here, Kris
Everybody
Abel.
needs a geek in their life, and I'm happy to be yours.
There you go. On Mondays, of course, you bring us 3 apps that you've taken a look at and you think people would be interested in hearing about. And we start with Translate.
iTranslate. Very cool idea. So it takes a pair of cell phones and turns them into translating walkie-talkies. So I would press a button on my phone and I speak, and it would come out your phone translated in your language. And then you can press a button and speak, and it comes back to me like that.
What could possibly go wrong?
So to test this out, here we go. Picture an elegant restaurant, a beautiful French woman, and the two of us pulling out our phones and trying to translate our dinner conversation. You look nice tonight.
Tu es belle ce soir.
C'est moi ou il fait vraiment chaud ici?
Is it me or it's really hot here?
It's a little warm.
C'est un peu chaud.
C'est probablement le vin.
This is probably the wine.
Okay, that was accurate.
Yeah, well, pretty accurate, yeah.
Although, you know, there's no subtext. Is it hot in here? Is it just me?
Yes, and sort of the robotic voices don't quite capture the expression. If it's a really important conversation, you're going to need a human translator. But if it's just two people trying to work things out, not too bad.
Where'd you get your French woman?
Well, that'll be my secret for now.
Okay.
Hey, it's Tech Tuesday. I'm your Uncle Geek, Kris Abel here, and we're going to celebrate some really cool inventions from some amazing tech women right here on What She Said, Sirius XM Satellite. What a wonderful way to come back and start the day. We've got Clara Venice here, electronic pop musician, and really a musician known for being very creative in all aspects. So you have to see her live. She's got a fantastic stage performance and presence. She's got this incredible album coming out this Thursday called Electric Dream, on which she plays, and people always gasp when I say this, an amazing 72 different musical instruments on the album. It's quite astonishing. Clara, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you just brighten the place up when you come in. You've got your pink hair. I see Minnie Mouse on your pants. You got Cassandra, our producer, really loves your shoes.
It's all part of it, you know. I was getting coffee this morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going on the radio."
Well, tell me about the 72 musical instruments.
Yes, I did a residency at the National Music Center in Calgary, which is an amazing place. It's one of the largest living collections of musical instruments in the world, and they basically just let me go crazy.
This is what I like. So, getting the sense when you hear of other albums where a musician brings in lots of different instruments, it tends to sometimes sound pretentious. I went and got this East Indian mandolin. I thought, that kind of thing. Or it's someone that seems to want to, take control of the album from everybody else.
Yes.
I don't get that sense from you. What I get is that you're world building. That you're creating a little space where it's like, I need an instrument to be the ocean today, and I need an instrument to be the trees and the birds. That your music is electronic, but it's not really trance-like. You are creating worlds that people can kind of inhabit, and you tell your stories.
I love that so much, because that's exactly what I was trying to do.
Another story we have, Kris Abel, this morning is this caused quite the sensation in our newsroom during the meeting at 4:50. Was the idea that somebody has figured out a hack already on the fingerprint reading technology in the new iPhone.
A group of hackers in Germany who call themselves the Chaos Computer Club.
Lovely.
Are kind of, unfairly crowing and bragging about thinking that they've cracked this device. And what has happened is as soon as it came out, they got their hands on the phone. It has this fingerprint reader on it. Fingerprint readers are not new technology. They've been around for a long time. Apple claims theirs is slightly better than what we've seen before. And they thought they're going to go through some techniques and see if they can bypass it. And so what they're excited about is that they didn't have to invent anything new, that older techniques will still work in bypassing this fingerprint scanner. But it's a convoluted process that they're using. So what they're saying is if somebody leaves their fingerprint on a piece of glass, and if you have a high resolution camera that can take a picture of that, and if you can print that photo using a laser printer with high, a heavy toner print, and then if you pour a latex compound on top of that and create a fake finger with that, then yes, it can bypass the fingerprint scanner. So I think it's kind of exciting for them, but it's not undermining Apple's technology necessarily.
Yeah, but I know we're going to see this in an episode of some heist show pretty soon.
Oh, by all means. I mean, it sounds very dramatic. It sounds very cool. And it does prove the point that Apple's fingerprint scanner is not as secure as maybe they make it out to be. It's certainly a feature they've added for convenience. This is the amazing thing about Girls Crack the Code. So this is this organization that's run by volunteers here in Toronto, and their specific focus is on a neighborhood known as Regent Park, which has a bit of a reputation as being a place for a lot of low-income families. There are problems, there are challenges there. And so what they're doing is they're reaching out to the girls in that neighborhood and giving them access to coding experiences, but also taking them out of that neighborhood for really enriched field trips, which I think is fantastic. So after they got to go to Twitter Canada and listen to Helen talk, I had a chance to sit down with 3 of the girls and have a nice little panel discussion. I'm going to ask each one of you to say your name. That way I know who you are.
I'm Saima.
Saima.
Veda.
Veda.
Fizza.
Fizza. Okay, Saima, Veda, Fizza. Often these kinds of programs, it's not just that you go and you sit at a table and somebody talks and writes on a chalkboard. You get a chance to actually kind of make things, right?
Well, making things is like really fun because I always loved making things, and like you can just like learn a lot by making the different things.
It's fun. It's very fun. It's kind of like having a job that you don't get paid for, nor really getting, so it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. For instance, I think back in 2015 we made a robot. We created a robot with like little Lego pieces, and then we programmed it, and it was just really cool. And we used an Arduino. It was pretty rad.
In terms of your neighborhood, where you live, you don't get many opportunities like this. So tell me a little bit about that, because I think other people living in other parts of the country, it's like, really? This is something that's kind of that rare for you? Is that?
Yeah, because like there's poverty and stuff, so it's like we just don't get it a lot. Like when we were with the Girls Crack the Code, we just got a lot of opportunities, and yeah.
Even in our school, like as a school, we don't have very many opportunities, but we do get quite a bit of opportunities, but not like this where you're learning how more girls with color need to be in coding and stuff. It's just you go, you do whatever, and then that's it.
So we live in Regent Park, and most people don't think very highly of that area, which is wrong because really we have so many intelligent and brilliant people, and people need to like start seeing that.
Today was really one of those cool opportunities. You got to come and visit Twitter. So I want to know what you think about that.
I think it's amazing because I'm a Twitter user, and like Twitter's just awesome. So like to come here today was like lots of fun.
And it's neat that it's an actual place.
Yeah.
It's not just like an icon.
Yeah, it's an actual place.